Welcome back to the Pulse Studios, home of 94.7 The Pulse Community Radio and Pulse Geelong. If you would like to be a part of our crew or join one of our media courses, just visit 947thepulse.com. Have you ever wondered what Freemasons do when they're not in their lodge? As John discovered, they grab their bikes and head out on the road.
Tonight we've been very fortunate to be here at Geelong Masonic Centre for a non-ceremonial night in Freemasonry. My name, Doug Merritt, the Master of the Acacia Lodge of Geelong. With me tonight is Cliff Priddle, who's a senior Freemason in Geelong. We've had a night of celebrating Freemasonry, but also celebrating the achievements of some Freemasons who have been eminent cyclists. You'd remember a couple of them. Russell Mockridge was mentioned.
Remember them well, Doug. I certainly do remember. In fact, I worked with Russell Mockridge's brother for several years. Saw Sid Patterson and Bill Guyatt, some of these very, very good riders who used to ride at carnivals here in Geelong on a Friday night for some years.
And of course, I remember Hubert Opperman being very famous as a cyclist, and there was another one mentioned earlier tonight, Snowy Munro. He was a great cyclist back in 1908 and went in the Tour de France in 1914. Finally, we had Barry McMurrick. Did you know him?
I knew Barry, went to school with Barry.
And I believe he worked for Corio Shire with Roger Marsden there, and Roger informs me that he was a great cyclist of his day and rode off scratch against Russell Mockridge. Freemasonry, if you'd like to talk about that briefly.
A chance tonight to show some of the people the inside of a lodge room where the ceremonies do take place for the teachings of Freemasonry, which basically set out to make good people better. It's pretty well as simple as that, based on the old stonemason style. That's where the term masons come from.
Our focus tonight is going to be somewhat threefold. First of all, we're going to be talking about a little bit about Freemasonry. Secondly, about the history of cycling, particularly focusing on the Geelong area and the evolution of cycling to what it is today. Thirdly, a night of good fun, good humour.
Riding is my special gift, my chiefest soul delight.
All right, this here two-wheel concern, straight
I'm going to invite Rod to come and take over the evening. I'm sure we'll all benefit by his talk. Thank you, Rod.
Thanks, Dave. A young fella comes along and he's just riding, just got ordinary shoes, and he's got wearing glasses. I mean, he's a bit of a dork, really. A classic story of a young fella that just steps out of the woodwork and becomes a world champion. He takes on everything, wins everything, rides in the Tour de France.
Snowy Munro is known by Grand Lodge records as Worshipful Brother Munro. He was 36 when he became a Freemason.
1914, the first English-speaking group of people that went over to ride in the Tour de France included Snowy Munro from Australia. He was a great Mason.
So Snowy Munro comes along and puts Australia on, really effectively, on the racing map of the world.
Hubert Opperman is without doubt one of the half dozen great cyclists ever in the world, a bit like, very much like Don Bradman. He was a Mason.
World's fastest bicyclist in 1930. He became a Freemason at the age of 40. He was initiated in the Lodge of Stonington. In 1950 he became a member of Geelong Servicemen's Lodge. And how long have you been a Freemason?
55 years I've been a Freemason, yes, and I've enjoyed every part of it, every bit of it.
One of the teachings of Freemasonry is, of course, to make good men better, and we hope that by being here tonight and we spread the word of Freemasonry that we're doing that, and it's interesting to make some links there with cycling.
Next, Bethany heads down to Ocean Grove to find out what happened on the Disabled Surfers Association's Hands-On Day.
Mark Bashara is the president of the Ocean Grove branch of the Disabled Surfers Association. Mark, what is the Disabled Surfers Association?
The Disabled Surfers Association is a national branch. There's 15 branches in Australia and one in New Zealand. and it looks after anybody with of all abilities to have a fun and safe surfing experience. Our branch here, we opened up in 2008, and since that time we've put over 700 people with of all abilities in the water for a fun and safe surfing experience. Volunteers are a range of people. They don't have to be a surfer to get in the water to give us a hand. The participants are anybody from, could have cerebral palsy, could be an amputee, could be quadriplegic, paraplegic. We have blind people, we have deaf people. We have people recovering from knee surgery that have got chronic arthritis. We do not discriminate from anybody that wants to get in the water. The equipment we have at the moment, we have wheelchairs, aquatic wheelchairs, and we've got chairs that are made for both children and adults. The surfboards we use are 11-foot surfboards, donated from Global Surf Industries. They're much wider, much longer than a normal surfboard, and it gives us the stability that we require when we're in the surf. Well, hands-on day, it's basically all hands on deck to get people with all abilities in the water. And to that, it's not being rude, but a lot of people struggle to associate with someone with a disability because they're not knowing how to actually react with them. Whether they're normal people. And they enjoy life like the rest of us, just they struggle. Our community base here at Ocean Grove is absolutely outstanding. We have Barwon Coast, the Committee of Management. They have supported us from day one. Over on my left-hand side, there's a disabled ramp, which they made especially for our wheelchairs, to get us the ability to get people on the beach. Some people that have come down, we had one lady, she was 45 years of age. She's never been on the sand. She's never been in the surf, and that's because she couldn't get her chair on the beach. And now that we've got these chairs, we can do that. We've got people like Gloria Jeans. We've got a coffee machine over at the moment, and Jason and Lisa Porter from Ocean Grove, Gloria Jeans, they support us, donating their time, all the supplies. We've got printing works. We've got Ocean Grove Rotary come and cook the barbecue for us. We've got a butcher that supplies all the meat for us, water supplied, everything. We used to pay for it all, and now it's just given to us. It's great.
And for yourself, Mark, what's the best thing about being involved with this?
Seeing the smiles on dials, and that's the motto. Smiles on dials, and you can see participants and volunteers today. You'll see anybody, and they're all smiling. And that's the beauty of it. It's great.
Dave's one of the participants down here in Ocean Grove today. Dave, will this be your first time surfing?
No, it's my third. This is a great opportunity. I have a ball every time I come down here. It's so good hanging 10, catching the waves. It's going to be awesome.
Fantastic. Thanks very much, Dave. Dane, is this your first time surfing?
No, second actually. Yeah, I did like it the first time, and that's why I want to do it second.
Adam, you're Dane's father. What do you think's great about this event?
I think it's really well organised and gives everyone a chance.
Bruce is the president of the Western Australian branch of the Disabled Surfers Association. Long way away. What brought you to Ocean Grove?
Well, I was in Sydney having a surf there for their event last weekend, and they were having this one, so I thought I'd dip down on the way through on the way home.
Well, now that you're involved with it, you've been president for 9 years. What's the best thing?
The smiles on the dials there of the participants' faces when they get out of that water. It's fantastic.